Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 fishing hacks you can use if you are either a beginner or an advanced. It really doesn't matter. These hacks are for everybody. Let's get started. The first hack is about swivels. This is your typical safety snap swivel. They're called safety snap swivels. They look and resemble safety pins. They are not sharp like safety pins, but they do kind of function the same way a safety pin does. I have a video about how to use these. If you do not yet know how to, you guys can find them on my channel. I'll put the link in the description below for you guys, so you guys can just go down for your convenience, find that video. I will have plenty of other videos down in that description as well, relating to these kinds of gear and stuff like that. So anyway, this little thing here, as you guys can see, does not interlock into the inside, which means this wire, which has happened to me plenty of times, this little front wire here will slide out if you use it too long. Like, I'm sure you can use it for a fishing trip, but it's really not wise to reuse them. And that's why for $4 for like 10 of these, it's not a good deal. And I would instead try and get these kinds. This is called an interlocking snap swivel. So it's basically got a barrel swivel on the back, so that prevents line twist. And then there's this part on the front that hooks to your lure. And as you guys can see, the wire interlocks to the inside of it. See this little hook there? That goes inside of this thing, which means you can't simply just pull this front wire out like you could on this with too much use, which means this would be a better option for mostly bigger lures as well, but also for bigger fish. So if you guys are trying to catch those 5 and up, definitely use those interlocking snap swivels. You guys can get these for around the same price by the same brand, and you can find these at Walmart. You can find them at all kinds. They're made by all kinds of brands. You can find them in like lots of 50. It really doesn't matter who makes these because they're all the exact same construction, and really they're inexpensive. You can use them for all types of rigs. Let's get on to the next hack. The next hack is to bring these key rings with you guys. So these key rings are really great for, let's say, on this little lure here, this gets bent. The key ring right here that is on the front gets bent, or it gets warped and it's starting to just not really work well, or maybe it's on one of your hook ends. You've got a key ring there. Maybe that one's getting warped and you're worried about the nice hook sliding out. What you can do is simply take one of your key rings that you buy. You can buy these by Eagle Claw. You can find them at Walmart. They come in tiny little packages. You can get them for very inexpensive, and you can use these guys and replace them just like you would like for other kinds of things. Like if you were to replace a hook, you can replace a hook just the exact same way you can replace a key ring. So if you're ready to switch out and exchange, then this is something you guys want to bring with you. You can bring these little packages. You can put them in your tackle trays. You can bring them with your hooks. Those little key rings are exactly what you want to look for in a grocery store or a tackle store, because they work amazing if you've got in repairing your lures. So they work really well for lure repair, or if you're just wanting to replace them, maybe they're getting rusty or anything like that. As far as key rings go, if you need to replace one, you can buy a key ring and you can replace it. Let's get on to the next hack. Those of you who own many hard bait lures like lipless cranks or your Rapalas, anything like that, and you keep them all in the same little tank, over time, or if you're just moving around, they'll get all hooked up like this and get all dangly, and it's a big mess, and it's no fun to sit and try and undo them most of the time, because sometimes they get caught in the key rings and you gotta sit for like 5 minutes and figure out all that stuff and get it all out and get every single little lure out, so just so that you can use one lure. The thing that I do so that you don't have to do that, take some little rubber bands. You can use dental rubber bands. They work really well, especially if your hooks aren't very far apart or are a little more far apart. Those dental rubber bands fit perfectly. You can also use little hair rubber bands. Anything that you guys have as far as those tiny little rubber bands go, you guys can get them for dirt cheap at Walmart. You guys can get them at sporting stores, I'm sure. I don't know if many people sell those kinds of things, but hair rubber bands are perfect for them. Dental rubber bands are perfect. You just simply do that, and see, I can shake around this little bottom tray and sit and just move everything around in there and just make a big mess. And then I can just find the lure I want still. Let's say I want this little Rapala here. It's all looks like it's all on top and connected, but I can just take it. I can literally grab these lures that I just shook around and pull them. It really does work. I use it in my tackle, and I actually have a small little compartment in one of my tackle boxes that just has rubber bands. I can easily apply rubber bands to my lures and prevent them from all sticking together. It doesn't really work on spoons and spinners because they only have one hook, so I will be trying to find out a way to help that situation. I'm sure you could individually bag them if you would like, but honestly, I think it's just worth the trouble. It doesn't really matter. But with the hard baits, I would put rubber bands on them, spinners and stuff like that. They're kind of a lost cause. As you guys can see, these will stick and do that same problem with, but you can't really put rubber bands on them since there's only one hook. It's more something that you guys should do with these type of lures or these type of lures here. You just put rubber bands from either the hook to the hook, or you wrap it around the bait and then put it around the rubber bands. Make sure that the hooks like face each other or something like that. That will help, so I can drag this around the bottom of my tray here and then just pull it back up. And it's exactly the same that it was before, and it does not have a million lures hanging on it. Let's get on the next hack, guys. Those of you who fish for fish with lots of teeth or really sharp teeth or anything like that, like a trout, or there's certain fish in Florida, all kinds like that, like snakeheads, all kinds of things, all kinds of fish that have teeth. If you're fishing in Hawaii, most of the fish there have teeth. So lots of fish have really sharp teeth, and a way that you can kind of avoid getting your hands cut up trying to get them out is using this little tool here. You guys can get these for inexpensive. I'm sure you can find them all brands, all kinds of brands, all kinds of stores, but this is just a little contraption here that when you push this down, this opens, and you just put it around their mouth and around that little slit, and you can pick them up, and you can get your photo with it. You can attach this little thing to a scale, anything like that. It's perfect for that kind of thing, so that you can weigh your fish or something like that. In my opinion, one of the best options for that. Let's get on to the next hack. These are called polarized sunglasses. You can find all kinds of different brands with these as well, all different prices. This is just a little Ike, Iaconelli or whatever. These guys here, these are, I don't remember exactly what they're called, but I can probably show you guys, as I got these recently. And there you go. Polarized, Mike Iaconelli. These are called the Renegades. You can find these at Walmart as well. You can find them at Sure sporting stores as well, but polarized sunglasses, if you've ever had trouble trying to look for bass beds, or if you've ever had trouble trying to find fish in the water, these work perfect because you can basically see fish in the water, and you can also find bass beds and stuff like that. So this is a great option for fishermen. These are like $15. It's not much of a price to pay for some durable ones. You can also find lenses or the frames that go all the way around for the same price. These are just frameless. I got them with frameless, so they didn't fog up as much. But yeah, let's move on to the next hack. This next hack is about fishing line. Most of you guys have probably experienced that your line will just sit and fall freely and just make a big mess all the time. All you have to do to fix that is to simply make sure that you've got it all wrapped around. And people can use rubber bands. People use little drink koozies, which I feel like is not really the best option, because sure, it preserves your line a little better, but it is a little more bulky and harder to pack. Piece of duct tape, a sticker, something like that, you can just put that right on there. Most line will come with a little sticker or something like that. You guys can just reuse that sticker until your line is out. And this is a big spool for respooling, not exactly for leader line, but you can use it on your leader line as well. Just cut that up and you can use it. Duct tape, that works as well, and that will hold your line in place. You can jostle it around, and as you can see, tape doesn't move. As long as you can, clear tape even works. I have clear tape on some of my line spools back there. One of the best options for that. And I'm going to move on to the bonus hack now. This is some of the homemade flies I made. If you want to check out a video about that and how to make them, check out, I'll put in the description below the link to that video. So if you guys aren't trying to spend $8 on a little pom-pom on a hook, which I actually saw at Walmart the other day, just a simple pom-pom on a hook as a fly being sold for $8, and it blew my mind. If you want to make way more quality with way better colors and all that kind of stuff, go to your little craft section at Walmart. You can find these tiny little pom-poms. They'll normally come in like a pack, and they'll have all kinds of sizes of pom-poms, and then there's going to be those guys at the bottom. definitely worth the investment. I can make a bunch of them with these. This isn't even all the pom-poms that came in the bottom. There were like 20 of them in there. So you can make plenty of flies. All you need is this little simple hook, some little yarn or embroidery floss or thread, anything like that you have. You guys can use feathers. You guys can use just some little frillies there. There's not really much to it. You guys can just be creative and add your own stuff. And I did not use any bits of glue or anything like that, just knots. So just tying overhand knots a couple times. And I think these turned out really well, especially this guy here. You guys can make these at your house for the price of, you guys could make literally 20 or more flies for the price of one fly with just a hook and a pom-pom. So if you guys are trying to save money and you want to make your own flies and try those out, I'm sure they work just as well as a hook on a pom-pom. So really, honestly, they probably work way better. That's probably an option I'd go for if you were trying to save money and maybe make a craft project. Or also, it doesn't take very much time. It takes like 10-20 minutes to make one. It's worth the investment. It's worth the time to make your own flies. You don't have to make them very complicated either. As you guys can see, it's not the most complicated thing, but it's actually really cool since these pom-poms have lots of visual things. As you can see, they have like the holographic little things that come out the top, and then these ones have the gold on the bottom. So they got two things going for them as far as visibility. I also picked bright colors. The pom-poms come with bright colors, and even if they are purples and stuff like that, they still got the holographic frillies coming out the top. That covers the hacks for this video. I actually have one more thing to show you guys, and that is this artwork my brother made for me. And this is about this, if you guys can recognize this is the logo to my YouTube channel. It's based off of a real picture that I got and then put on my channel. He painted it with some watercolor. He has all kinds of videos about art and about they're like time lapses mainly, so it's also like not very big investment in time. You guys can watch those and enjoy them, and maybe you can learn something new in the process. As you guys can see, this is a cool art piece he made for me out of watercolor. So look at that. You guys can see the water and all the gradients here. I thought that would be cool. I'm going to hang it up right there right now, and in future videos you guys will be able to see that hanging up there. If you guys also are artists or something like that, make fan art, that'd be awesome. You guys can post it in the comments. That's really cool. What he did was really cool. I'll put his link to the channel down below, and also at the end of this video you guys will be able to see some little links and stuff, and I will put his channel as one of those links in case you want to check that out right after. Thanks for watching, guys. If this video helped, like, subscribe, comment below what you want to see next. If you want to see more hacks, definitely let me know in the comments. I will definitely try and do my research, find out some more hacks, and show you guys. Until next time, guys, I will see you out on the water. Thanks so much for watching.